Hello everybody, this is Professor Chandana Goswami from Tejpur University, and today I will be discussing on how to make a presentation. First, let us understand the difference or the similarities of a report and a presentation. Whether it is a report or a presentation, the content is similar in both, but in presentation you can control the content. It means that while you are presenting, you can decide how much to say, what to say, and how to say. So, although the content is same as that in the report, but while you are making a presentation, in your delivery, you can make it a little more interesting as compared to the report. Second is the structure. Both the report and the presentation has to be structured. They must have a logical flow. Normally you will have an introduction followed by the body followed by the conclusion. So this is a standard structure. In between you will have again sub points out there. So the structure is vital in both cases. But in case of a presentation, your pacing is important. How you pace your speech. You will have a limited time in which to make the presentation. So you have to decide on the content, how much you're going to pick up, and also on your pacing, the speed at which you are going to deliver. Third is how is it presented. Both the report and the presentation must be slick and visually appealing. So in case of a report, we talk of the format, we talk of the font size, we talk of the paragraphs, line spacing, and whether you have put in the necessary diagrams, figures and all that. Even in a presentation, it has to be visually appealing in terms of minimum bullet points out there. If you have a diagram, put it out there, and it has to be uncluttered. So these are the three things which are common for both the report and the presentation. However, the big difference is that reports are read and presentations are listened to. So when presentations are listened to, it means that you have to pay attention on your delivery. And if you want your presentation to have an impact, please keep in mind the golden rule of performance. You have only one opportunity. Either you make use of it or you lose it. So if you want to create an impactful presentation, keep in mind that you need to have a good script, that is the content, and you must have inventive use of your voice because your presentation is being heard. So therefore, your voice modulation, voice quality, the delivery, pacing, pronunciations, how you have structured your sentences, all these things are going to matter. To begin with, try paying attention to your voice. Listen to your voice and see how it is. Do you have a high pitch or a low pitch? How loud is your voice? Can it carry to the last person in the room? Whether your tone is musical, husky, or nasal, and the pace at which you speak. How long does the sound last? Do you stretch your words too much, or do you speak so fast that you eat up your words? Pay attention to all these four things because they do matter in your presentation. Pitch maybe you will not be able to change so much, but the volume you can. If you are speaking too softly, learn to raise your voice and speak a little loudly. But however, if you're using a microphone, it is not necessary to raise your voice too much. Otherwise, it will hurt the ears of the audience. Tone also is something which you can't control. It is God given for you. But pace you can, pacing. So make sure that you speak at a decent speed so that people can follow what you are saying. Breath is the basis of voice. You need plenty of breath under your control to support your voice so that you can be heard. You must have seen for yourself that if you are breathless, then the words don't come out, like you are gasping for breath and half the word comes out clearly, half of it does not come out. So it is important that your breathing has to be normal. And then when the breathing is under your control, then it can support your voice. And you can do your voice modulation also. Posture is very important while giving a speech. You must learn how to stand straight, all right? Look confident. A good posture gives audience confidence in you, again, which is very important. You want the audience to believe in you. A good posture helps your voice to stay relaxed. How does it do? If you are erect kind of, your neck is straight, then your breathing is normal. But then if you slouch, what happens? Your neck, bends a little and your breathing is affected, and then the voice gets a little shaky. So therefore, learn to be, like standing straight kind of, all right? And if you have a good posture, it helps you to stay alert and confident. Some of the habits that need to be avoided while making a presentation. Hands in the pocket. This is very common for men who are wearing trousers, and I know it's a really kind of comfortable feeling to have your hands in the pocket and talk. Number one, it doesn't look nice. It makes the audience feel that you have this superiority complex. So don't keep your hands in the pocket. Wandering eyes. Wandering eyes is that your eyes are, moving here, there, all right, on the ceiling, looking at the floor, looking at the fan, windows, and all that. That is again not nice. The audience starts thinking like, why are you so shaky? Waving arms. Although we say that gestures are necessary in a presentation, but it doesn't mean wildly waving your arms here and there. Then the fourth point is fiddling with props. It is not necessary, to keep your hand on the pointer all the time and the pointer going here and there, all right? Or, on the keypad, and then you move forward, move backward. Okay, so don't fiddle with all those props. Shifting weight. Some of us have a tendency to shift weight from one leg to the other. So while doing that, you come across as giving a small kind of a dancing motion out there. Okay, once the weight is on the left, then you shift it, it goes to the right. Again, you move it to the left. So that is not really very necessary. Be a little cautious about that. Then the last point is pacing about. We do say that yes, when you're making a presentation, if it is possible and you have the floor space, there must be some kind of movement, all right, which is okay kind of, but not too much. If you pace about all the time, left to right, forward, backward, and all that, the audience will get distracted. So the focus will be on your pacing movements. Where are you going? When are you returning? Instead of focusing on the presentation. Tension. Everybody must have experienced this tension. The first time you give a speech, there is always anxiety and tension which builds up. And the result is that your throat grows dry, your voice gets cracked, your shoulders start to ache, and then you begin to slouch. Your legs also don't know what to do, so therefore you start shifting weight on your legs. But there is a way out. First, you have to accept that yes, you are tensed. Second, for your throat, just sip water. I'm not asking you have a full glass of water. You're not thirsty. But I want you to sip a little bit of water so that your throat is wet. That will suffice for you. Shoulders, yes, if the shoulders start aching and just before you go in to make your presentation, just rotate your shoulders. I don't want you to do freehand exercise, but rotate your shoulders so that it relaxes you. And for your legs, if it is possible, all right, and you have time just before the presentation, just walk a few steps here and there. That should release the tension, and you will be ready for your presentation. When you are presenting, the most important factor out there is the audience. So it is important for you to know who the audience is. All right, you must have done a background search that this is the audience to who I am going to talk. But then there are some common traits in an audience. The audience is lazy. Lazy in the sense that not interested in getting, interactive with you. Okay, so you have to take a whole lot of effort to move them from that position and become interested in your speech. Second is that they are all individuals out there. Although it's a group of people, they are not the same. Their perceptions are different. Their thoughts are different. So therefore, when you are delivering the speech, you should have something that is of interest for all these individuals. It is not easy, but it is not difficult also. If you keep in mind that these are all individual people out there, and then you start paying attention and putting in your effort to attract their attention, I am sure you can do it. Third is that audience gets bored very easily. So therefore, please decide on the content, how much you are going to say and how you are going to say. It has to be done in a neat and crisp manner so that the audience interest can be retained throughout the presentation. And finally, although the audience is looking lazy and bored, please keep in mind that they are not stupid. They are very intelligent. And you make one small mistake out there, they can catch you in that mistake. So therefore, give due respect to the audience. Hence, audibility. That is how loud your voice is. Then voice modulation. Then a little bit of humor and eye contact. This is required for an effective presentation. Many people, the presenters I'm talking of, the presenters, they do not know how to do an eye contact. First, understand that if you continuously look at one person for more than 2 seconds, it is threatening for that person. Or if you start looking at one person like that and go at 1 second kind of a speed, that is also shifty. All right. So when you are doing a eye contact, there has to be a movement of your eyes which sways across the group. So, your eyes will move from the left to the right or from forward to backward, backward to forward, so that the entire audience gets this feel that you are looking at them. And for the beginners who are scared of looking at the audience, the trick is that you start by looking at the top of the heads and not into the eyes. All right. So this is a false security you will get that yes, I am making eye contact. But you start with that and gradually, you can lower your gaze from top of the head to the forehead, and then you can come to the eyes. In due course of time, you will be able to master this art of eye contact. After your presentation is over, there will be question answer session, whether you like it or not. Okay. And don't make your presentation so long that at the end you say, I am sorry, there is no time for questions. You must allow time for questions. People may ask, they may not ask, but the time has to be there. And to a great extent, it is possible to anticipate questions, because the questions are going to come from whatever you have spoken, or maybe a little outside that periphery. But we'll definitely have a starting point from your presentation only. So you can anticipate a set of questions and keep the answers also ready. This will help you be confident in your answers. And in case you've not understood the question, please ask for clarifications. We have a bad habit of answering the question even before it has ended. So take your time to listen to the question carefully and write down, jot down points if necessary. Your answer may not convince the audience. It is okay. Keep cool if a questioner or the person who is listening to you, disagrees with you. All right. And there are some people in the audience who want to make their presence felt or who would like to show how much they know. So therefore they raise questions or they come up with some observations which are only point scoring. They want to earn brownie points for themselves. It is okay. Give them their space. That is not an issue. When you are preparing your presentation, there are some common faults associated with visual aids. As you can see, the first one out here, I do not know if you can read it. It is actually, I have typed in too small and I have used the smallest font size which is possible. So you may be able to read it or you may not be able to read this part, too small. The second one, too crammed with details. Sometimes our slides are like that. Too many details in a slide and very cluttered. And it's difficult for the audience to focus on what is actually important out there. Sometimes we use certain fonts which are actually difficult to read. You can see the last one out here. I had typed in illegible and I used the Wingdings font, so it is looking like this. You may not use the Wingdings font, but there are some other fonts which are very stylish and artistic, but maybe it is difficult for the reader to read it. So please be careful about these things. So while using visual aids, like when you're using having a PPT presentation, don't do the following. Never ever turn your back on the audience. You will lose the audience. All right. You are supposed to look at the audience and talk. And if you need to look at the slide, just have a slight tilt, okay, slant, but don't turn your back. Don't stop talking to fiddle. We don't want a golden silence in the middle of your presentation while you are moving your slides forward, backward, and all that. So don't stop talking to fiddle. And don't stand in front of what you're trying to show. Sometimes we forget and then we come and stand right in the middle of the projection and people cannot see what is there on the screen. So these are the 3 things to be avoided. So with this I conclude. Thank you very much. I hope this session was useful for you.